So I'm going to fly through these, but there's some common lessons on all of them. So the first one up was from Glyn. He sent me this website and said, like most people, he said, how do I improve sales? So, Glenn, the problem with your website is it talks about your products and your services, and it doesn't talk to the. If I'm a customer, it's not talking to my problems. It's not talking to the solution. It's not talking to the benefits. And that's really what I want. I don't really care whether it's biofeedback, neurofeedback, neurotherapy. Completely irrelevant to me, the customer. What I want to know is, am I going to sleep better? Am I going to be less stressed? Those are all the things that, when I read to the website, that you deal with. And so you want to talk to the customer. I'm coming on here because I'm stressed. So how can you assure me that you can de-stress me? And things like people's testimonials, a picture of a smiling person, and a story that says, when I came to Glyn, I was chewing up the wallpaper because I was so stressed, and now my children and my wife love me because I'm such a calm person. It's talk to the picture in the mind of the person of the solution you're going to give them. Okay, let's go for the next website. So Kate, first up, no phone number. One or two of the websites had this problem. Now, you'll probably say to me, yes, Mike, there's a phone number. If you scroll down, there it is. There's the phone number. So here's lesson number one for everybody. We all intuitively expect to see the phone number in the top right. Most websites have it there, so we've been conditioned to find it there. So you'd be amazed how many people think you haven't got a phone number because it's not up there in the top right and above the fold. I don't have to scroll down to find it. So there's a tip for you, get it up the top. The other thing is, one thing that's occurred to me is I see lots of virtual assistants. There are a lot of you out there, probably because there is a lot of demand for what you do, and you do great jobs. But I look at this and I go, why should I hire Kate? All VAs say almost exactly the same on their website, that you can take some of the workload away from me. And that's great, but a couple of things. Number one is there's no testimonials on here, so there's no credibility that you can do this and you can prove this to me. So we're going to get some testimonials onto the website and in amongst the copy. But actually, I've got an idea for you. Have you thought about really niching down? What do I mean by that? What I mean is, at the moment, I imagine you would provide your administrative assistance to any company in any industry that needs it. Because you can, your sort of skills you can apply to any industry. But if I was, say, I was an accountant and I was looking for a VA to help me run my accountancy business, if I landed on this website and it said, we are the only dedicated VAs for accountants, then you're the only option for me. Now, I pulled that one off the top of my head, but I bet you if you went to Google and tried to find virtual assistants for accountants, there aren't many of them out there, if any. And so, okay, you're narrowing your field down that you'll only work with accountants, but suddenly you become the one big fish in a small pond. And I think you'll find you get more sales that way. Okay, next one along. Kids night out, parents night off rather. Kids night out. Parents night off. I'm just trying to look. Oh, Jessica. Jessica. A couple of things to say about this. First off, I found it really hard to understand what it was you were selling me. And I got it in the end, or at least I hope I got it in the end. You're going to have to tell me whether I got it right. But it seemed to me what you were selling me is getting back control and discipline. I know you don't like those words. I can see it from your site. You wouldn't like those words, but control and discipline of your children, so that as a parent you can get some of your life back. okay? And you've rather cleverly called it Parents' Night Off. You're basically saying you get at least a night off sometimes where the kids don't dominate your life, where things are calmer in the house and you can have a night off. I think that's the way you train. Now, that's a beautiful story, by the way. And that's how I would open up the web page. It's a story of a couple of parents who are at their wits' end. You know, they love their children, but they're driving them nuts. And then they reach out to you, and through some very simple techniques, etc., they're able to have a night off, the first night off they've had in years. That's a compelling story. And then you end that story with, here are the 5 tips I told those parents that revolutionized their night off. And I give you my email address, you send me those 5 tips, and then you start marketing to me. That's what I would do with your website. Now, where are we now? Meg, WebGenko. I looked at this for 5 or 6 minutes and still was none the wiser as to what you did. So I sort of get it in the end. I mean, you're almost, technically you're almost a competitor to me. You do SEO, you do social media, etc. But I didn't get it from this. I thought you were maybe web design, web hosting. So you've got to be really clear on the page that I land on what it is you do. Having excerpts from all your blog posts, etc., far too confusing. You really want to get a landing page that speaks to the client and makes them want to engage with you and reassures them they're on the right page. You know, why am I here? I'm here because this company provides X, Y, Z. And you've got no form of lead generation on here. You want to offer some sort of white paper, some sort of guide that I would want to request from you in exchange for email address. Then Stephen, we've talked a lot in the past. Now you sent me a link to a new website that was being developed. And when I clicked on the link, it brought me through to this one. So I'm assuming this is the new one that's now gone live. I'm going to say thumbs up. It looks really good. You tick a lot of the boxes. The big bold number in the top corner. Light on words, but straight in with, why would I want to deal with you? Because you've got the best mortgage rates in Calgary. You even tell me what they are. If I had one problem, and it's a biggie, unfortunately, it's that your lead generation offer, the key contact driver, is below the fold. So if I scroll down, it's here. That's how you get your leads, and yet it's buried. So you almost need to find a way to get that nearer the top of the page. And I'm not so sure you need all of the information. Do you really need the phone number? Would you get more leads if you got people to give the name, email address, and then the other details? Don't know. That's something for you to test. But otherwise, yeah, great page. Roger. Phone number's a bit, it's there, but he wants to be really straight between the eyes. You did something that I saw a lot of other people do, and I just want to show you. If we go to the Contact Us form, quite a few of you are doing this. Let's wait for the website to come back. So here I can fill out the Contact Us form, and quite a few of you had this thing at the bottom. Please enter the sum below, 6 plus 6. Now I know why people do it. It's to avoid getting lots of spammy contacts from robots and people who aren't really human. They'll come along and they'll type all this rubbish in, and of course the robot doesn't know what 6 plus 6 is, so it can't fill it in, so you don't get the wasted message. I have to say that for most of us, we don't get these attacks from robots. They happen very periodically. But what we do get are people who want to contact you who are insulted that they've got to answer a quiz. And it's just another thing they've got to do. Why put it in the way? I'd much rather have one genuine lead and a dozen spammy emails that I have to go through than put off that one genuine lead by having this thing here. So I'd get rid of that. And then go back to your home page. You need to push some real lead gen on this page, Roger. I need something that I would want to give you my email address for. So you've got this survey. When I go through this survey, which is quite an interesting survey, and so I've got these questions I can complete. And get this 3+8 again. Name and email address to sign me up for occasional updates. It's almost, if you had a survey which would email me the results, then you've got a chance there. I fill out the survey and it says, thank you for filling out the survey. If you'd like the results and our best advice, pop your email address in and we'll send it to you. And that way you get the email address, and that's good lead gen. So next one is this bed and breakfast. So that was Anne and Miles. Miles, don't worry about this picture flicking all over the place. It doesn't really do it on the website. It's only because I've been sitting here with it in a tab for ages. So it's not your website, it's my machine. Don't worry. What I will say then is about the website. You need more testimonials. You need lots of testimonials on this website. People talking about how great it is. I know you've got a reviews tab. I know you've got these great reviews from, come on machine, there we go, from TripAdvisor. But you need to get, I'm sure you've got guests who've dropped your emails, etc., and said how wonderful things are. You want to get those testimonials spread across the website. I found it hard to find out what prices were for the rooms. It's always a biggie for people when they're thinking about booking a room. But the other thing is you want to make this site more personal. You see, if I book a hotel, I'm quite happy with a hotel being impersonal. In fact, I want a hotel to be slightly impersonal because usually I'm going there on business. I just want to arrive, check in, go to my room, come down for dinner, go back to my room, get stuff done. When I'm on holiday, I'm in a different pace of life. And if I'm going to a B&B, I want to know that the hosts are going to look after me and it's a great place and they're friendly people. So you want to make this whole website have a much more personal feel about it. And a great way to do that is lots of pictures of you, both of you. And if you've got any family pets and you've got pictures of happy guests, you want to get those dotted across the website. Even if you've got stories of people who came to visit and maybe there was a problem that needed solving and it turned out to be a humorous story about how the whole thing was solved and how they had a great day out and everyone was really happy. Get a lot of that into the website. Make it really personal. Finally, Thestorian, you wrote to me and said you wanted advice on how to make this website generate more revenue. I found your website intriguing but really confusing because you've got about 3 different audiences you're trying to service from one website, and that's the problem. You've got your how to make money side of stuff, you've got your religious aspect to the website, and you've got your story writing. They're 3 different audiences, and I think putting it under one website might be causing you to alienate each one of the 3 audiences. So I'm not sure I can help you particularly say how you can make more money from this website, because if it was about making more money, then the website should be the how to make more money part of your audience that you focus on. Maybe the religious aspects and the story writing aspects go on to different websites.